These probate cases can take a long time. That's one of the biggest challenges with them. And even with all the time that's required because of the different filings and things that are needed, you still may find yourself needing more time to gather the documents and information, particularly if you are the administrator or the executor, the person who is responsible for the estate. That's what we're going to talk about today. What's going on? I'm Courtney Rollins with Estate Pro Service, where I'm helping families through probate and estate planning, making the process easier as we help folks generate income and wealth through real estate. This is the Life in Transitions Experts YouTube channel, Facebook group, and podcast. Would love your support in any of those spaces that you're on by hitting a like or subscribe, sharing your feedback. It's a great way for the algorithms to know that this is valuable information that's helping people. And so please do so. Now, I'm not an attorney or a financial advisor. I'm not giving any legal or financial advice, as I say as my disclaimer here, but I am sharing my experience to help people make the process easier. And almost all of my content comes from actual real life experience, and this is one where I'm helping a client. I've helped several or many in the past do this, but helped a client who need more time figure out how they can get more time. And it's a process that's not that challenging, but there are some tips that may be able to help you. So we're going to go over 10 tips for if you're filing a motion to extend for time for probate cases, specifically in North Carolina. All right, so let's look at number one. Well, actually, let's just take pause real quick and discuss some of the what probate is, just in case you're a practitioner and you're thinking about entering this field as a niche to help folks in that space. Probate is the legal process for settling affairs of someone who's passed away. If you pass away with assets in your name or property in your name, or you pass away with debt or any combination of those in your specific name, there has to be a way for someone to legally process that, and that is the probate process. That's an overall understanding what probate is. So, number one, please understand the deadlines that you have for filing. At each stage along the way, there should be a checklist. If you need a checklist, reach out to me. I can send you one specific to North Carolina. But there should be a checklist that the clerks were able to at least guide you in, or again, come my way and I'll send it over to you, just so you know how much time you have and know what you're actually working with. Number two, you need to think about some valid reasons that you're needing to file extension. Maybe the bank is giving you a hard time giving you access to information, or perhaps you need to find or locate different documents, or perhaps you're having a hard time discussing with the different beneficiaries or vested interested parties the information that you need. Those are all valid reasons, but make sure that you have one that you're able to share. Another very important thing is that I'll get there when we actually talk about drafting. If you need to have any supporting documents that show that the bank has had given you issues, or that you've been attempting to reach out to certain people, make sure you gather that as well. Sometimes it's not always needed, but sometimes more is better when you're concerned about the time. Just something to consider. Number four, when you actually do draft and write the notes on it's a simple form, 505 AOC-E-515 form. You can get it downloaded, or you can reach out to me and I can send you a PDF file. You can just type in there or write in there the explanation. Make sure that you also put the time that you assume that you will be finished with the deadline. That makes it stronger. So say you need about 6 more weeks to finish the inventory, or 2 more months to finish the accounting. Make sure you specify a time. That's going to make that stronger. All right. You will again explain the impact. That's part of the draft, and your valid reason. That should also go in there as well for number 5. Number 6. Well, when you sign it, also make sure it's a wet signature. You can't sign it electronically, but you'll send it to whoever needs to see it. It's quite often the case that whoever the beneficiaries, whoever's perhaps waiting on some of their inheritance and things of that nature, make sure that they are aware. This doesn't necessarily go to people who are putting claims on the estate, but to people who have vested interest in the estate as far as receiving inheritance and stuff. You can put that there. Again, not a necessary step, but it is good to be transparent and let everyone know what's going on. Number 7, you actually will file it, submit it, turn it in. You can drop it off. You don't necessarily need to have a scheduled appointment to do this. You just go to the state office and drop it off. Particularly in Durham County, I know that for a fact. And sometimes there may be a hearing that they ask you to attend to discuss. Quite often that's not the case. They'll quite often just let you know yes, it's granted, or no, it's not granted. And quite often folks understand, so there's more likely a chance, especially if you have a strong reason and you state the date that you hope and plan to actually have completed this particular task for probate. Number 9, whatever they say, make sure you follow that court order. If you need to follow up with different documents to support or your reasons if it wasn't followed up with, then you may need to find some legal support to help you do that. But make sure you attempt your best to follow the court order. That's part of your fiduciary responsibility. Now, all of this, I would definitely recommend that you have some type of legal counsel. If you need support for legal counsel, reach out to me because I do have a network of awesome, great Durham County specific attorneys and across the nation, family or estate professionals who are vetted, who can support you in whatever stage you're in. So would love to connect you and help you make sure this process goes a lot more smoothly. I think that's the word, smoother than it may have gone, especially indicated by you may be needing some more time. All right, reach out to me. I am the hub right there in the middle of my services. Hopefully it can be helpful to you in any of those capacities. And there may be some things that are not inside this will that still can support you with. Courtney at estateproservice.com. You can reach out www.estateproservice.com. We can sit down, have a conversation, and see how maybe it'll help you in your journey. All right. This is Courtney with the Life and Transitions Experts YouTube podcast, LITE. Let your light shine. Cheers.